as we enter this AI age, which it's moving really, really quickly, right? Like we're moving fast into an AI age. And for the people who are resistant, I hate to break the news to you. You're already using AI, even if you don't know it. So you might as well learn how to use it.
Welcome to the Amber Stitt Show. I'm so happy that you're here.
Welcome to Pathways, Lisa. I'm so excited that you're here with me today.
I'm also so excited.
Like I was saying to you earlier, you're very trendy. I feel like you're just in the right job for the people. How do you feel?
So first of all, I love that you said I was trendy because all of my children would disagree with that.
Well, you know,
my industry is trendy. So I will 100% take that. It's actually really fun because, well, and within the world of AI, things are moving so insanely fast that like we just get to keep up on it and keep everybody else updated. It is insane how fast it's moving.
Okay. So you're the co-founder with your spouse plus other people, COO, and you're just pretty busy. You guys are teaching constantly. You're on the go, live and webinars. I mean, you're constantly teaching, and that's how I met you in my industry. I wanted to bring you on here because there's so much fear with AI. And so AI is just everywhere. I mean, the letters AI have been around since, I think the 80s is just different, but it's this buzzword. So then people are in this mindset of being a little scared there. And the one thing that stood out to me was that you talked about statistics, about the jobs that are going away. And then you said, here's the other thing that's going to happen, which is it'll create other opportunities. So I want to start with that. Like, can we myth bust a little bit since you're just right in the middle and the thick of it as you build out more for your clients?
Well, I think the biggest thing, like usually when we have a presentation, we always ask people how they feel about AI. And it's actually shifted quite a bit over the last year. We had a lot more people a year ago who were fearful. And the biggest fears that I hear is that they're afraid that AI is going to take our jobs, which you've already sort of alluded to. And then they're also just kind of afraid that it's going to take over the world, right? Like you have that piece of it too, is that like, we're going to stop thinking and we're not going to be needed as people anymore because AI is just going to take over. Here's the reality with where AI is though. And AI is not like, you think of Terminator, right? Like you think of these they're almost going to become these superhuman type of things. And they're not. They are more to be looked at like thought partners with us. So AI, all AI is, if you break it down to like the most fundamental, is it is a tool or something that can replace what a human can do. So it will act in the same way that a human will act. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. So when you think about it like ChatGPT, you go into ChatGPT and you're like, hey, write me an email, which is a terrible prompt, but we won't address that. But you do that. It's fine.
You are doing that. You know, you are out there.
Everybody's doing it. And there's a reason behind that as well. But when you go in and you do that, what AI or ChatGPT is doing is it's replicating what a human would do. And it's writing that email for you in a human tone. So that's all AI is. So when you look at, is AI going to replace your job? Well, the way to look at that is that parts of your job, yes, that are automated, AI absolutely could replace, which is also the mundane stuff that none of us want to be doing. Like who wants to sit there and like do data entry and like copy and paste from one spreadsheet to the next? We don't want to do that anyway. And so AI can replace that portion of your job. But what it does is it frees you up to go be with people and be in community. So as opposed to like being stuck behind a computer all the time now, we are going to be freed up to go be with people.
Yeah. Love that. And work with it. They're going to, work with your AI partner. I know you guys help build out a lot of that for people. You weren't always in this business. I also want to bring this up too, because you said something about children, and I think you have 5 children.
I do.
Yeah. And this will make you obviously more efficient in your job. But I mean, whether you have kids or not, this is a way to get the mundane out. And it's a new language. Would you say it's like a new language, those prompts? It's a way to create patterns. And that's where you're really helping people to see how to partner with AI. Is that true?
Yes. And it is 100% a new language, but I love that you keep saying partner with it, because that is 100% what it is. It becomes your partner. Whether you're using the large language models like ChatGPT or Claude or some of the other AI tools, you have to think of it as a partner or as an extension of you. And I don't get to talk about this side of it very often. And I love that you brought it up, because this is what's fun, is that yes, I'm a mom. I have 5 kids. I run my household. There are certain things in my life I hate doing. Cooking and meal planning is one of them. Like I literally, Amber, would rather poke my eye out than meal plan. Like it's so insanely painful. In my personal life, how I use AI, I've connected it to my calendar. So it knows everything that we have going on between work and personal. And I have basically said, here's how I want my family to eat. Like we try to eat as healthy as we can, which I think most people are, since COVID, we're all trying our best, right? I'm like, here's how I want my family to eat. And then I say, you have access to my calendar. My chat's name is Nina. We are very intimately, like, she is my partner at this point. But I'm like, you have access to my calendar. Tell me what we should make for dinner every night of the week. So what she does is she goes and looks at my calendar and says, okay, you're really busy and you aren't going to have time to prepare dinner on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. So we're going to create a crock pot meal that you can throw in because you have free time at 10 a.m. So she plans my meals for the week, right? And it happens in a matter of 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh, hallelujah. Thank you. Because I used to do this on Sundays and it was like hours.
Yeah, I think people do that. I mean, you get through ahead of your week. Your typical Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, which is changing. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But then it's working within the whole week, real time.
Yeah. But then what she does too, she makes my grocery list for me. Okay. And she's like, here's everything you need to prep these meals. So then what I do is I'm like, okay, what do I have? What do I not have? I go onto Amazon because I use Amazon for ordering groceries and I order all my groceries for the week. So in a matter of like 15 minutes, I've used AI to streamline a process for my personal life that used to take hours.
You think we're going to have to retrain our brains to have more space in the day? Well, what are we going to do with that?
Oh no.
What would that be like? Oh my gosh.
It sort of depends on who you are, right? So my husband and I, who's my business partner, we talk about it all the time. And we're like, AI should free up time, which it does, but it depends on what level of, like, I'm an insanely high achiever, like have been since I was a little kid. So now I'm like, oh, I have white space. I should do more. And so,
but that's cool too. I mean, yeah. So you have to find that balance. Obviously, it sounds like you and I would be the same, and our husbands would be golfing maybe, or having some downtime where I'm like, that doesn't make us money. What are we doing? No. So that's really interesting. I know there's the connectors. I've heard about that. I've heard about people using it more, and I've done like the menu, grab something and I'm dairy-free, gluten-free. What can I make? And not everyone's eating the same way as me, but it's practicing those prompts and really trying to find a way to squeeze the juice out of it and interact with it and maybe learn at the same time. It's important, I think, to really kind of utilize it. So people talk about, is it going to make us less smart by using it? What do you think?
My favorite question. There was an MIT study that came out a few months ago that said that ChatGPT users were basically getting dumber. So rewind. My favorite class in college was my market statistics class because the professor of that class made us look at studies and say, you have to analyze who was studied, the time frame before you just take studies, even ones done by MIT. So they studied a bunch of college kids.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, so college kids, like think back to college. Most of us were in college, which was a while ago for me, but like I took the easy button, right? So of course it would have made me dumber and made me think less because I'm like, ooh, easy button. I can write a paper and then I can go hang out with my friends longer.
Yeah.
In real world scenario, I 100% do not believe that it is making us dumber. It's making us think different. And if anything, I think in my world, because when that came out, I had to think about it. I was like, am I getting dumber? Like, am I stopping to think? The fact that I even had to think about it was insane, but I did. But I was like, am I stopping to think? And the reality is no, I just think different. And now how I think is it's limitless.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, I now have a thought partner. I focus on ChatGPT for a number of reasons. Like that's where I live. I use other AI tools, but I really do live in ChatGPT. But I now have a thought partner that's literally the smartest, like has all of the knowledge of the entire world at its fingertips. And so now when I come up with an idea, I'm no longer limited by my knowledge where I used to be. Like I studied marketing in college. So that was sort of my frame of reference for what I had access to. Now, when I'm like, ooh, is something possible? I'm like, I don't know. Let me go work with Nina and figure out like what she knows about it and what route we could go. So I think bigger and I'm not limited anymore. So it depends on how you're using it, right? Like if you're using it to write all of your emails, maybe.
Yeah. And I noticed I was doing a little bit of copy paste and then you find yourself, they're almost like in 2025, the term AI slop, like you can tell who's using it and not proofreading it. And you're like, well, those people are not paying attention to detail. So there's a little bit of filtering it, but bringing your own, voice back into it. So make sure you're not doing that, but being able to interact and then why don't you learn along with it? I had to watch myself and say, stop using it so much to proofread. I had to almost retrain and go back because I was worried about maybe dumbing myself down a little bit.
Yeah. But I think it's smart that you have that awareness. And I think that's kind of key with, as we enter this AI age, which it's moving really, really quickly, right? Like we're moving fast into an AI age. And for the people who are resistant, I hate to break the news to you. You're already using AI, even if you don't know it. So you might as well learn how to use it.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to the Amber Stitt Show. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what we do. Your support goes a long way towards helping us bring you more compelling content. Remember, let's take action together. Now let's jump back into the conversation. I'm sure you're bumping into people that might come seek advice, but maybe not take the advice. They're a little resistant. I mean, is there a bit of a learning curve? Is there a demographic, or does it just depend on people?
100% depends on people.
Okay.
There is a learning curve. We have a 4-week program that kind of like speeds up that curve so that you can start to utilize these tools. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but like in our program, we had a gentleman and his wife who signed up, and they are 82 years old. And they were probably our best students. Like they were the ones in there that they were asking smart questions. They were making sure that they understood it. If anything, I almost find the younger generation being a little bit more resistant to it, which is interesting. But part of it is they have a little bit more of an environmental awareness and the effect on the environment. And so they're kind of in that space. But then also they don't like the idea of not being authentic. And so a little bit more resistant from a younger age. But I would say there is no age that can't learn this or shouldn't.
The other day I heard something about less women, more men are using AI. What do you think about that?
I haven't heard that statistic. And I would say our audience, and maybe it's just our audience, but we are primarily women. Like we probably are. Like we're like 60 to 70% women who come to learn from us. I think women are so open to learning. Like there's a contrast that I see there where women are like, ooh, I really want to learn and I'm coachable. And so we see more women in there. So I haven't heard that statistic. I'll have to look.
That's interesting because I always want to make sure that we are just doing better, period, execution. I know that between different groups that you and I have met, working with other business owners or people, it's like, unless you're a high performer, I'm seeing, execution being a factor. And I really want to have people self-reflect. Are you doing your best? Are you using these tools to really level up? I was thinking about the business owner coming into this conversation with you, but when you mentioned the younger folks, I was also thinking about younger folks the other day because I got a call from my stepdaughter's friend and he was looking for mentorship, but looking for financial services positions. And he's like, I would go somewhere, I'd work there, and then someone would get let go or they'd get fired or something reorganized. There's no corporate ladder essentially. And I go, oh man, people graduate. What can they do while they're waiting for the job? They're out there, they're scouting. What should they be learning? If maybe they majored in marketing, like you said, or finance, but they're like, I just need to be better from a resume perspective. What should they be doing?
You know my answer already. Like, I feel like you set me up, but it is AI. Like we have, so our kids are 24, 21, and 19 are our older kids. And we have them getting certified in a ton of AI things. Cause we're like, it doesn't matter what industry you're going into. It is right now what every corporation knows they have to integrate and they don't know how to do it. So if you come to the table as a young person saying, I just graduated college, I have a marketing degree. Oh, and I have these 5 certifications in AI. And here's my ideas to bring AI into your business. It automatically sets you apart from everybody else. It's the hot button right now. Yeah. You have to know it. So in that interim space, and I actually just had a conversation with a gal who she's in insurance. I think she's younger, just as like getting into the insurance space. And she's like, what should I be doing? And I'm like, learn AI. While you're applying for jobs, learn AI. That's going to set you apart.
Because you can add that. And AI is now, I think, part of the corporate world where they're screening using AI filters for different things. So if they want the certain prerequisite, but you're like, I got this, it's almost like, I mean, I'm maybe older than you, but when you would say, I have Microsoft Office skills, Excel.
Oh no, I used to say that.
So gosh, if you could add a couple other things, I think that, any employer is going to be, happy that you can integrate and they don't have to train you on, some of these things that you're bringing it to the table.
Right. Even if they don't know, like, here's the thing with AI. So like, yes, it's been around since the 80s, right? And even prior to that, AI, when you look at the definition of it, it's been around. It just hit mainstream when ChatGPT came out in 2023, right? Like that's when everybody all of a sudden was like, oh, this is here. This is in our world. The awareness was raised. And this year in particular, it really has. We've talked to a lot of enterprise, like we're working on enterprise engagements to bring this to nationwide corporations. They don't know what to do with it.
Because of ethics and compliance?
So that's one reason. But the other one is like, people don't understand how it actually works. Like they don't understand. They're like, but can AI do this? And they're shocked when we come in and we're like, oh, you have this process for whatever it is. We can just integrate AI into that. And we're going to save you 60% of the time it used to take to do that by pulling that in because it's new, right? Like this is a whole new language. So again, back to like, as someone who's just graduating college, if you can bring that knowledge, even if somebody is like incredibly more experienced in the industry you're going into, you're bringing something they're trying to learn. Yeah. And so it makes you really valuable.
All right. So what are you seeing now that you guys have been working on a ton of education and speaking? Is there just something that's always like that question in the room that maybe you've already talked about it, you know, a couple things that are, you know, the prompts and other stuff, but is there anything that just stands out that you're just like, you wish people would know about this, that we're like, don't be afraid, let's jump into it? Anything that's a constant?
Yeah, I think the way you approach AI, right? So I think if you can get into your head that this is not a software system, this is not opening up Zoom. So Amber, if you and I both open up Zoom, we're going to have the exact same experience with it. There's a tutorial for how to use it because it's the exact same. It's static. Most software systems are static. AI is not. Every time I open up ChatGPT, I'm going to have a new experience with it based on my previous experiences. Every AI system is that way. Every experience you have with an AI system is going to be different than the experience I have. It's not a software. And so I think that's the one thing, like, don't be afraid of it. Just know, like, you're having an experience. You're not learning a software system. That's so hard to wrap your head around even.
You know, I'm hearing them say LLM. You know, and I'm thinking it's a new language, but it's almost like there's a language of emojis. This is a language of a different realm as well. So I think if you can get super proficient with that, it can just really level you up and allow you to be able to use it to the functionality that you need and beyond. And there's so much data in our businesses. And I know that your team's going to help me dissect some of it too here with some of the things we're doing.
It's so fun. Like data is my favorite thing in the world, by the way. Like I'm crazy about my tracking for data. So I'll take my spreadsheet up because I know where our business came from. I have like multiple layers. So when I work with AI systems, I'm like, analyze this data. Obviously, I tell it more than that, but it comes back and it's like, if you want to double your revenue next year, you need to do this event and offer this particular program, and that will hit it. And it's just what used to take us so long to analyze just doesn't anymore. Like data becomes really valuable.
There's a real longevity factor. You talk about the 80-year-olds, and I have a lot of friends that are 50s, 60s starting their own new businesses. So this is so exciting, and I'm excited for people to know more. So how can people get with you, your team, and get help?
Find us online. We are thestrategyninjas.com. You can also find us or me on Instagram at Lisa Mont-Ros. If you DM me on Instagram, I'll get back to you right away.
Yeah, you guys are pretty efficient. And there's so much more, Lisa, like scratching the surface. But I know you guys do a workshop that helps. It's a 4-week kind of like Supercharge, but it's very, you handhold too with it. So that's probably for anybody, right? To really,
it's for anybody. And what you will learn is all the stuff that they don't tell you, because they released all of these programs to us, or all of these AI tools, and they didn't tell us how to use them. So we use them the same way we used to use every other tool. So we teach you how to use them and what's available with them, because it's a whole new language.
All right. So we're going to link up a lot about you in the description box. And I'll be sharing my journey too here in 2026 as I get smarter with AI. So very excited for everybody that wants to use this and for the person that's really ready to level up. So really appreciate it, Lisa.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of The Amber Stitt Show. Please check out the podcast page at amberstitt.com for more episodes and content like this. Until next time, keep taking action on your unique path.